The river is crossed. The last mountain pass is behind me. We are entering the final stretch. It's the last day today. We're going to Ushguli. This was the coldest night I've had in Georgia so far. No heater. The door that is going to this part of the building literally fell out of the wall and broke. So we couldn't close it. So it was even colder. Hello. So yeah, this is Renata. This is the dog of the German group that has been following them since Mestia for 4 days. And she made it to Ushguli. Finally, after 3 days of overcast weather, the sun came out. The views were astonishing and 5,000-meter high peaks were finally revealed from behind the clouds. Hope you like the drone shots. They turned out to be pretty sick, in my opinion. It was supposed to be raining, but this doesn't seem like it's gonna be raining anytime soon. I'm quite lucky with this weather. About the breakfast, I was quite disappointed because this was the most expensive accommodation I've stayed in on this hike. It was 80 lari, which is like 22 euro. There was no like home-baked bread, no home-baked pastry. The bread we got at the breakfast was like hard and dry, so probably like bought in a shop, left there for a few days. We had to ask for more bread and eggs because it wasn't enough for us. I was expecting more, to be honest. There was nothing left for us to take for lunch. That meant hiking 13 kilometers just on a spare protein bars. But hunger won't stop me from reaching Ushguli. The hike started on an old dirty road. Luckily soon it left the village and continued through open grassy fields. This was one of the best trails, as it wasn't steep or full of snow. The sun was shining and I really enjoyed it. But I didn't know what was waiting ahead of me. After a pleasant kilometer with spectacular views, the path went into the woods. I hoped that it wouldn't last too long, as I could see nothing but trees. And it didn't take too long, until the path started rising again, steeply. This part is so steep. I thought I had a good endurance, but this part is really testing me. This is really tough at the end of the hike. And I can smell something rotting. Not me, surprisingly. Not the best views here today. As the saying goes, all things come to those who wait. In the end, the persistence paid off, with views rewarding me once again. Finally, after an hour of walking in that forest, I can see some mountains. Trail was going up, down, with no views. There was the shadow, I was getting cold in the shadow. It was quite steep at some points, but I just got bored of it because I couldn't see anything. As the views have appeared here, yeah, it's much better. I hope the views will stay like this because look how beautiful the mountains are. I've run out of food halfway through this day of hiking. Let's just hope Ushguli is somewhere close. After a couple of kilometers, the hiking trail ended and joined a dirty car road. But then I have arrived. Wow, this is gonna be a home for me for the next few days. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. This is the old town of Ushguli, and look how many towers are here. Like, this old town is just made out of these old guarding towers. I don't know why I have this feeling, but I feel like being in some kind of medieval castle. My arrival in Ushguli wouldn't be complete if I hadn't tried kubdari. Kubdari is a meat-filled flatbread, typical of the Svaneti region. Pork, goat meat or lamb meat is used along with onions and typical Georgian spices. This is the accommodation I'm having. It looks like a proper palace for me. Double bed, windows to one mountains, another window to another mountains. They don't have a Wi-Fi yet at this place, so the owner's son bought me his mobile phone so I can work And I can have an access to the internet because the mobile data is not working here. The internet might not be the only issue here. The whole town has no electricity. No one in this village gets an electricity right now. Apparently the locals said that it's normal, that they just don't have electricity. Maybe later that today, maybe tomorrow. What can we do? So meanwhile, I've decided to explore this old village a little. I've stayed in Ushguli for 5 nights and explored its surroundings. Just few kilometers behind Ushguli lies Shkara, the highest mountain of Georgia with 5,200 meters. At its base, a huge glacier has formed. I couldn't miss the opportunity to see this. Then 3 days of pouring rain came. So I ate and ate and ate and ate. It was snowing in higher altitudes, so once the sun came out, I could climb only on one small hill behind the village. But this time, I wasn't alone. Overall, this whole hike was like a superb experience. It's worth going from Mestia to Ushguli, not the other way around, because you're starting in Mestia and each day you're getting just better and better and better views, with the best views at the third day going to the Kurila Pass. Kurila Pass? Yeah, that pass. So the views from there awesome, because if you start from Ushguli and you see all the mountain range behind you, not in front of you, so you're not walking towards the mountain range. That's so beautiful. What does it cost? I mean, I spent all the nights in the guest houses. Everywhere I stayed, I paid for a dinner and a breakfast. So overall, I've spent 200 lari, which is something like 70 euros. And keep in mind that in Zhabeshi, in Adishi, I even got to pack the breakfast that I didn't eat to take with me for a lunch. So I was basically not spending anything much more than this. If you're coming to Svaneti or Georgia in overall, I can highly recommend you this trek or hike. It's beautiful. There's alternative roads, but basically you always start in Mestia, ends up in Ushguli. And as you can see, Ushguli, so beautiful. So I hope you like this video. I can't wait to make more videos like this in the future. See you guys at the next video. Goodbye.